Have you ever been in a relationship that felt like a high-speed chase? One minute you're closer than ever, and the next, your partner has vanished behind a wall of silence. Or maybe you're the one who feels a sudden, inexplicable urge to run the second someone says those three little words. If this sounds familiar, you're not just bad at dating. You're likely dealing with the psychology of avoidant love. Today, we're diving deep into the world of avoidant attachment, why it happens, the secret deactivating strategies used to keep people at bay, and how to actually heal so you can experience the intimacy you secretly crave. This is the science of why we push away the things we want most. First, let's clear something up. Avoidant attachment isn't about being cold or heartless. In fact, most people with an avoidant style deeply desire love. The problem is that their nervous system views intimacy as a threat. According to attachment theory, which was pioneered by psychologists like John Bowlby and Mary Ainsworth, our early bonds with caregivers create a blueprint for how we handle love as adults. For the avoidant individual, that blueprint was often shaped by emotional neglect or caregivers who were overwhelmed. Essentially, you learned very early on that relying on others was unsafe or that your needs would be met with rejection. So, you developed a superpower, hyper-independence. In 2024 and 2025, we're seeing a massive trend in hyper-independence discourse on social media. People are finally realizing that being the one who needs no one isn't just a personality trait, it's a trauma response. If you're avoidantly attached, your motto is, "I've got this." You pride yourself on not needing help, on being the lone wolf. But in a romantic context, this becomes a barrier. There are actually two main types of avoidant love: dismissive avoidant and fearful avoidant. The dismissive avoidant tends to downplay the importance of relationships altogether. They see themselves as self-sufficient and others as needy or clingy. The fearful avoidant, or disorganized type, is a bit more of a roller coaster. They want to be close, but they are terrified of being hurt, so they oscillate between intense heat and freezing cold. One of the most fascinating and frustrating parts of avoidant love is what psychologists call deactivating strategies. These are subconscious tools used to create distance when things feel too real. Have you ever experienced the ick? That sudden, visceral feeling of repulsion over something tiny, like the way your partner chews or the shoes they're wearing? That's a classic deactivating strategy. Your brain is hyper-focusing on flaws to justify pulling away. Other strategies include keeping secrets, avoiding future talk, or suddenly becoming incredibly busy with work the moment the relationship hits a milestone. It's a way to regain a sense of control and safety. Now let's talk about the anxious avoidant trap. This is the most common relationship dynamic we see in modern dating. The anxious partner craves reassurance and closeness, which triggers the avoidant partner's fear of being smothered. As the avoidant partner pulls away to find space, the anxious partner chases harder. This creates a cycle where both people are triggered and miserable. In the digital age, this is amplified by things like read receipts and ghosting. Technology makes it easier than ever to maintain distance, providing the avoidant person with a digital shield to hide behind when emotions get too heavy. But here is the most important part of today's video. Avoidant attachment is not a life sentence. You can move toward what psychologists call earned, secure attachment. The first step is awareness. You have to start noticing when you're deactivating. When you feel that urge to ghost or that sudden ick, ask yourself, am I actually losing interest, or is my nervous system trying to protect me from being seen? Healing also requires learning the art of distilled vulnerability. For an avoidant person, saying "I love you" can feel like jumping off a cliff. Instead, start small. Use I statements to communicate your needs. Instead of telling your partner they're too much, try saying, "I'm feeling a little overwhelmed right now and I need 30 minutes of alone time to recharge, but I'll be back for dinner." This honors your need for space without abandoning your partner. It's about building trust in small doses. If you are the partner of an avoidant person, the best thing you can do is stop the chase. When they pull away, don't follow them. Instead, focus on your own life and interests. This reduces the pressure they feel and often makes it safer for them to come back on their own. However, you also have to set boundaries. You deserve a partner who is willing to do the work. Understanding someone's trauma explains their behavior, but it doesn't excuse a lack of effort. Recent research from 2024 shows that mindfulness and reparenting are the most effective tools for shifting attachment styles. Reparenting means learning how to give yourself the emotional validation you didn't get as a child. It's about teaching your inner child that it's okay to have needs and that being vulnerable doesn't mean you'll be destroyed. It's a slow process, but it's the path to a love that doesn't feel like a cage or a hunt. As we wrap up, I want to leave you with this. Intimacy is a skill, not a personality trait. Whether you are the one running or the one chasing, you have the power to change the script. If you found this deep dive helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more psychology breakdowns. And let me know in the comments, what is the one deactivating strategy you've noticed in your own life? Let's start a conversation. Remember, you deserve a love that feels safe, and it starts with understanding yourself. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.